Welcome to Lane University. My name's Conrad Layn. Welcome to Lane Turo University. My name's Conrad Layn. The question of the day is, can you add cars to a Turo platform and rent cars on Turo platform and make money? The answer is heck yes. I am a power host and I've been making a lot of money, 6 figures over. You could definitely do it. You can be better than me. You can even do this with one car if you do it the right way, but I wouldn't recommend that because it takes a lot of other skill sets and marketability that you have to be aware of. And it's like any business, it's what you get out of it is what you put in. What you put in is what you get out. But anyways, yes, you can definitely make a lot of money on Turo. You can definitely hit 6 figures. Some people can even hit 7 figures. But this comes usually to massive fleets and people that know what they're doing. But let me get right into it. Heck yes, I'll say it again. I'm a Turo car host, and I love the Turo platform. And there's some other really great car sharing platforms. But the reason you can make money on Turo, in my personal opinion, I've been renting cars on Turo and sharing cars on Turo for multiple years. And this is the reason why. First and foremost, it's one of the elite platforms at this time that offers a luxurious experience. Even when you look at the color of Turo, the logo, it's black and white typically. That's very luxury based on marketability and brandability, which is pretty cool. Second, it's all about the experience, which it's not about the car. Even though there's beautiful cars on the Turo platform, it's all about the experience. Turo is powerful because it's in 56 countries and counting at this time. Turo is constantly expanding at a hyper rate, and you can definitely capitalize off this amazing company because at this point they really have brandability. They're scaling at a crazy impressive level, and they allow you an exceptional payout, and they cover your car, and at the same time they give you marketability for your own. So I don't care if you have a dealership of yourself, you can rent your cars through Turo. If you are just a new host or new person who's just starting a business, doesn't matter if you already own a car rental business or a dealership, they fit all different sizes. There's people who own dealerships that rent on Turo. There's people who own rental car companies that rent on Turo. There's people who are independent Turo hosts like myself who have just access to multiple cars. There's people of all different business sizes. Turo gives you the availability, and even if you want light training, meaning Turo will send you articles. Turo will also allow you to call them, ask them questions, so you don't feel like you're completely alone. And if you become a power host, you get more support. Like you can even join power host groups. I have a power host group as well. There's different power host groups that you can actually join where you meet people who are in your network or within your region or territory or your demographic that you can reach out to. So highly recommend Turo. I have nothing but good things to say. With any business, there's always risk of failure. The part of this is like, if there was no risk in business, there would be no success. Because that's what makes you successful, is basically overcoming the risk and the losses and the failures. So yes, there's always a chance of failure, but there's such a high level of success you could achieve if you were to get over that level of failure. So yes, it's definitely possible to earn a lot of money. And I'll give you a few tips on how to do this. First tip, before I even put a car on the platform, I don't care, I own multiple cars. I own 22 cars at this point. I used to own 18, I went to 19, I went to 20, and it's been going up, it's been growing. But the point is, before I even add a car to the Turo platform, I typically like, if I get financing, doesn't matter if it's a lease, doesn't matter if it's a finance to own traditional car loan, I typically like to pay off the cars within 2 to 3 years. The reason I like to do this is because I like full control of the vehicle. I like at that point, if I want to sell the car and exit out and make a profit off it, I still has it hasn't depreciated that much in comparison to if I would pay it off 7 years from now. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is that I can actually be able to add it to other platforms if it's not working out on Turo, and I don't have to worry about payments. This is already paid off, because the problem is when the longer you pay cars off, they depreciate, which is fine, but also remember there's depreciation. Then there's inflation. Depreciation by inflation represents loss of productivity and profit. I'll repeat that again. Depreciation of vehicle by inflation of finance. Money's always losing power in the market. It's always being decreased. Your dollars a day is less next year. If you understand that model, paying your cars as soon as possible, so you own it outright, so you sell it today for full profit, full control, you actually win, in my personal opinion. Second, the cool thing about this is you're not stressed out at this point. So the way I like to do this is to alleviate stress so that I own a car outright within 2 to 3 years, sometimes 1 year. Even if I have a 7-year loan or 8-year loan, I'll still probably get that long loan, but my goal is to pay it off within max 3 years, maybe 1 or 2 years, but usually max 3 years. I either sell the car for profit, or I sell it, or I actually exit and go into like renting it on hire car or a veil. That's a whole nother strategy. And the reason I do that is because you'll notice the longer you rent on Turo, oftentimes the newer cars are what's hot. As your car ages, you can still get a lot of bookings, but typically it brings down the price because newer cars are in the market. So you have to remember this, is that, yeah, Turo is amazing, but Turo really champions newer cars, and since it is about the experience, people want that new car smell, that new car experience, that beautiful new current year vehicle. And that's the, so once you understand that psychology of the Turo guests, yes, you can still rent cars. I have cars that are 2014s that are doing exceptional, but it still doesn't beg to differ that at the end of the day, newer cars are champions, because the newer the car is, the more appetizing it looks to someone. On other platforms like Avail and Hire Car, other car sharing platforms, that's not so much the case, because it's not about the experience, not about the year of the car. Yeah, that's nice. It's more about the capabilities of the car. It's very different. So I like to exit the cars out and put them on other platforms so I can continue the effort. So if I start seeing that money is slowing down with Turo, I'll add a car to Avail or Hire Car or another car sharing platform, or I'll rent them independently at that point. But my car's paid off, so now if I need to sell, I can sell it, no problem. And if I'm having a slow month on Turo, or starting to depreciate, or whatever the case is, at least at this point, I don't have any more car payments, because that could be pretty stressful, where if you start getting in the cadence of wanting to wait for your car payments to come in from Turo, and it starts being slow, you start panicking. I like being calm at all times, so paying it and knowing I can sell it anytime or do what I needed to, it's more of a mental strength. But at the same time, when I buy it outright like that, I can sell it for more, I can move it around the way I need it to, and I can do whatever I want with it. And oftentimes, you also have to be careful, if you don't own a car outright, sometimes your financier or bank institution has stipulations on how you rent the cars on Turo. So you want to be very careful, because some banks don't allow that. A lot of hosts aren't aware of that, or they are aware of that, and you can actually violate your terms. So that's one of the reasons I like to do that. But for the most part, I like making sure that I actually get the cars, and I try to make sure whenever I purchase a car or add a car to the platform, I try to make sure all the payments of that vehicle are paid within 10 days. I'm very conservative, and what that means is, say there's 30 days a month like there is, right? Say I have a car payment of $700, for example. I try to make sure before I even buy the car, I'll go on Turo, I'll make sure, hey, does this car rent enough for me to make a significant amount where I can pay this car off per month within 10 days? Most tour hosts, as I also have a Layn University membership where I help, a lot of them use to hold 25 days to 30 days to make up their payment, and some don't even make their payment. That's a big problem, because if you have to wait for 20 days, 30 days to finally get the amount, first, you're not profiting. Second, you're not doing it the right way. Third, you're over leveraged. Fourth, if something happens with your car, is in an accident, if it's stolen, if it's destroyed, if you take it in for maintenance, if it's just a slow month, now you're not going nowhere. Now you're depreciated. Now you're not making your money. Now you owe financing to the bank institution. Now you could possibly miss your payments. Now you're dipping in other places to pay for this car. If you set up a strategy where you get your cars to pay you whatever you owe for the car financing within 10 days, you have 20 more days of the month for anything to go wrong, to earn more profit, etc. And that's the power of Turo. So heck yes, you should definitely join Turo, in my personal opinion, but always do your own due diligence. Don't sue or litigate me. I'm just a Turo power host, and I'm giving you my opinion on it. That's my experience. It's been phenomenal. I own 22 cars now, earn well over 6 figures. You can do the same, and you can be better than me. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram, Conrad Layn. Conrad Layn out.